Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with another Disabled Vet's Perspective. I wanted to take a minute today to talk about some of the little tactics I've noticed. I've got a bunch of people that I follow on here, and we're all going through the same thing, regardless of the size of the channel. I've got the Lions Republic Entertainment, old Brad Bishop over there. He's getting his channel pretty much locked down at this point because it was growing too fast. We're all kind of going through it. He gets up there getting a lot of subscribers, and then all of a sudden it just bottoms out. They start out by doing little tricks like, if you play music, they give you strikes on that. If you say anything like the words Donald Trump, then you get demonetized. And if you get new subscribers, they pretty much decide what number they want to lock you at, and then all of a sudden those new subscribers go poof. Well, I'm a little bitty, itsy bitsy, tiny whiny channel myself. I've got 274 subscribers that are showing, and I appreciate every single one of you. But all last week, as I was watching, I got as many as 278 on there, and then the next morning I was back to my 270 again. So even with my tiny little channel, I guess I'm one of those people that grabs the cat by the tail and scrubs the fur the wrong way, and I get their attention. And I'm okay with that, because I don't powder puff anything, and I'm not in this thing to become a millionaire. I'm in this because after many years of dealing with all the crap that's going on in our country, instead of talking to one or two people at a time that I run into on the street about it, I've decided I needed to start trying to get the word out more publicly. Well, as you know, it's very difficult. The George Soros decided that by 2020 there won't be another conservative news outlet or opinion channel or anything related to conservatism left on the World Wide Web. He's making it his goal to eliminate us. Well, they're doing a pretty good job of it. One of the people that I follow, his channel is Whirlwind Revolt, and he used to be Net for Truth USA, but he pretty much moves over to Target every time he's doing a show, and because his information is so dead on, YouTube decided to kill his whole channel. Well, they turned off his channel owing him $5,000 in revenue, and then he did some research. This guy's got a little hacker team that he used to associate with that still has connections. Well, they hacked into the back channels of YouTube, and he showed 32,000 subscribers. And when they hacked into YouTube, they found out that his actual subscriber count was 132,000. But when they monetize you, they base it on your subscriber count, and they can show you a certain number of subscribers, but in the background they may have 2 or 3 times that number. Well, when they demonetize your channel, I absolutely guarantee you that they're still making the revenue on your channel. They're just not giving it to you, because they're still going to charge the advertisers. They charge their advertisers based on the total viewer count of their full network. So they're not giving you the money, but they're still making money on you. And that's why I'm okay with not making anything on this. It's not my goal. I'm here to try to open some eyes and introduce the world to the nasty tactics that are created by the enemies of the people. And it's not the people of the U.S., it's the enemies of humanity. The dark nobility and the cabal that's worldwide, and the bankers and all that, they're not going after onesies and twosies. They don't give a damn about me. What they care about is the masses, the people that they still think they can control. Well, I'm a defiant little sucker. I'm not easily controlled, and I never have been. I've always followed the orders of my command when I was in active duty. But if they did something that I didn't like, then I made sure to tell them that it was not a reasonable order. So, traffic in my driveway. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention is that, you know, this situation with us getting ready to shut down the flow of oil from Iran, that's going to lead to Iran trying to shut down the oil of other countries. And for people that are not familiar with the history of World War II, they say, oh, Japan started it because they bombed Pearl Harbor. Well, right before that happened, somebody got a really neat idea to put a huge, enticing ball of ships in one spot so that it would be irresistible. And look it up. You can find out that they just all of a sudden decided to move all these fleets to Hawaii. And why do you think they kept all the aircraft carriers out? Because they didn't want to give up the whole thing. They wanted to just give up enough to get the people on their side. It kind of sounds like a 9/11 scenario. You got to do something big to get people on your side, get everybody united against another person using false information. But anyway, the thing that really started the escalation of World War II was the oil embargo. We shut Japan off. We closed up their oil. We made sure they weren't getting a drop of it. Well, when you have an industrialized country that's moving up into the world and you shut off their oil supply, you are threatening the existence of the people of that country. And you do that and they have to retaliate. It's either that or their country collapses. So the same thing's being set up right now by the U.S. towards Iran. I know they're idiots over there, but cutting off the lifeline or draining the blood of a country is what leads to conflict. So it's happening, and it's just a matter of time before they decide to do it. They're going to have to retaliate because the country will collapse without their blood or their oil. But anyhow, that's that information, just things to keep track of. This Friday at 7 o'clock Central Time Zone, there is a show that's going to be on the Real World Prepper. And he's going to have Zombie Farmer on there and Kansas Prepper. And the three of them talk about what you need to do to get ready for potential events. You need to be able to take care of number one first. And number one isn't you as a person. Number one is a family. You have to be able to protect your family. So you need to slide over there on Friday if you haven't started doing any kind of prepping for disasters and stuff like that. It's a good place to start. The three of them have real good information and they'll get you in the right direction. Alternative energy sources, that's a primary, especially if you run on electric wells. Water filtration, foodstuffs, and one little thing people don't think about sometimes when they're prepping is a little simple thing called snacks. Everybody wants to get the staple foods. Oh, we're going to get our potatoes and our rice and our stuff. And well, when my kids were young and we were struggling, we went for almost 3 months on grits, white rice, and ramen. And that sucks. So when you're prepping, you got to make sure you have a little bit of junk food, a little bit of tasty good stuff, just stuff that you wouldn't think about in a prepping scenario, but you want to have it anyway. You just, because creature comforts don't have to go away with disaster. So that's a little of my input on that one. But anyway, get over there Friday and check them out, and keep an eye on what YouTube is doing. And last thing I wanted to say is that I was jaw dropped and mind blown that somebody drop kicked a $5 bill into my my PayPal account. Not sure who that is. If you're the one that did that, you know, if you send me an email, it's down below in my information. I'd love to thank you personally. I didn't expect it. It was a really pleasant surprise, and I am eternally grateful. You guys are top notch. The Patriots in our collective are just outstanding. And love you all. It's quite a family we're building here, and I'm glad you guys are giving me a chance to tell you what's going on out here, because it is important. And I know sometimes I ramble. Yeah, rambling, but I'm just trying to do my tiny little part to get everybody ready for this stuff so it doesn't come down wrapping around your ears with a big bang. But anyway, that's what I got for now. If you guys like what I have to say, hit that like button. Maybe it'll stick, maybe it won't, and most likely it won't. If you know somebody wants to subscribe to my channel, bring them on. Even if they don't show when they subscribe, I'm pretty sure they're still there. YouTube has proven that that's to be the case. So anyway, you know, my last words of the day, or not the day, but anyway, this part of the day is y'all have to stay in the fight.